Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Live Show. It's a Saturday afternoon, and you know what that means. It is episode 365, The Boys, Season 4, Episode 6 review here with you guys. As always, is Nerd. You're going to hear the whole show. Lance for wonderful co-host, Brad Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a wonderful, wonderful Saturday afternoon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Saturday afternoon, man, because, um, yeah, it is going crazy outside right now, man. It is pouring down rain. And I said, let's go ahead and do this before, knocking on wood right here that my power does not go out. But if it does, at least we have, finish this episode. Don't know how it's gonna work for Money in the Bank tonight, but hopefully, the power doesn't go out because I actually really do want to watch Money in the Bank. So, um, we'll see. But Brad, how is your how are you doing, man?
No, I'm doing well, doing well. It's a
I see the
lazy
sun's out.
Saturday.
Yeah, I see the sun's out over there.
Yeah, so we have sunlight right now.
Yeah, not like us over here where there's just storms.
We just get teases of monsoons. Like the clouds will start coming over, and they're like, "Nah, here's a little
Yeah,
cloud cover. That's it."
I'm trying to see what's up with this. Let me see. Where was this freaking storm? It's just these little storms from what's it called? That are
Hurricane.
being pushed by the hurricane. Because the hurricane's coming. So, yeah. Oh God, man! I hope this hurricane does not hit us, man. I really hope it doesn't hit us because I want to work. I want to work. Yeah, we got a pretty big storm hitting us right now, but yeah. Ah, Brad, you gotten up to anything so far? No, nothing going on.
Nope, it's early, so I have not.
No,
I just been playing Elden Ring.
playing no Elden Ring.
Yeah,
Damn. Okay, that's all
that's
you're
about it.
doing.
That's about it.
Have you beaten that thing yet?
No, that's
Of
why I'm still
course not,
playing it.
right?
Huh.
Well, like,
And
what
I
point
did
are
get
you?
I did get the DLC, but you have to beat like 2 bosses in order to get to the DLC. So I still have 1 boss to go in that respect.
Oh God,
But
damn.
I still haven't beat the main story either. So I'm just going through and I'm just leveling up and trying to, go back through and kill all these little mini bosses and take on these bigger bosses.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, so it's not a hurricane anymore. It's a storm, but it's in the Gulf, and this shit always strengthens in the Gulf. So
Yeah, that's where all
I
the,
don't know.
the hot water is.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So we'll see. Gotta love the fact that it's like 90 something outside, but it's raining. I fucking hate the weather here, man. The weather here is the worst, dude.
Yeah, hot and humidity.
Yeah, enough for that rain to start pouring down, bro. But let's go
Double
ahead and do
wet.
this, Brad.
All right.
Let's do this so that way we can just get this over with and we can go ahead and discuss the boys. So, of course, this episode is brought to you by SeatGeek, but we'll tell you all about that in a bit. So, if you have not watched The Boys season 4, episode 6, you should probably get out of here if you care about spoilers. But if you don't care about spoilers or you've already seen the episode, go ahead and stay. Either way, how it goes, this is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3. Sorry, 2, 1. Today's episode of the Nerdcore Live Show is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off with code TheNerdCore. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video. All right, Brad. Episode 6, titled Dirty Business.
Dirty business.
Verdant Correctional Services provides compassionate rehabilitation to those in our care to prepare them for successful community reentry. At Vernon, it's not about custody. It's about family.
Okay.
Episode is
Sure.
directed by Karen Gaviola and written by Anselm Richardson, developed by Eric Kripke, and of course based on the Dynamite comic book series written by Garth Ennis and illustrated by Derek Robertson. Yep. Series starts Carl Urban, Jack Quaid, Anthony Starr, Aaron Moriarty, Jesse T. Usher, Lance Alonso, Chase Crawford, Tomer Capone, Karen Fukuhara, Nathan Mitchell, Colby Minifi, Claudia Dumet, and a lot more people. It's a lot of people. Let's see. Do we have any trivia here? It's always fun to find some trivia. Um, Jack Quaid wanted the comic storyline of Huey going undercover as a superhero to make its way into the show. Eric Group says, "Always be careful what you ask for. Ask the writers for." Oh my god! Writers for this series had to write out an entire list of kinks for the episode. One of the kinks was cake farting, which Eric Krip had never heard of and knew they had to incorporate that into the episode. uh, uh, Tech Knight's Butler mentioned that he's a fan of David Carradine. This is a reference to the fact that the actor was found dead in a hotel room, hanging from the neck, presumably the result of a sexual practice gone wrong, just like the sexual games Tech Knight enjoys. All right, Brad. Um, Quite the shitty episode, huh? But not a bad episode, nonetheless. Not one bit, guys. This was fucking fantastic. This is everything I love about the boys, man. This is near perfect to me. This has got to be like my favorite episode so far. This is everything I love from the boys, and it's funny, it's edgy, and it keeps on doing these things where it's like kind of like advancing the plot, but also kind of reminding us that like we still don't understand how the hell we're gonna get to the end here because like if we look at it, Brad, have we actually made any progress so far in this season to getting Homelander killed? Not really.
I mean, kind of, sorta. Butcher has made some progress by kidnapping the guy who can create the disease that could take out Homelander, possibly, maybe. Except Homelander is apparently seeing everyone now.
Yeah, but we're like 2 episodes from the end, Brad.
Well, it's got another season coming,
I know
so
there's another season coming, but
so
like
they're
we're
not going to
just
end it this season.
I know, but I'm saying like we're 2 episodes from the end here. There isn't much progress being made where I can say like it feels like a complete season so far.
I
But
mean, there's been progress in that Homelander's losing support from the seven, from people within the seven.
he
So A
just gained
Train,
it from like the most important one to him.
but A Train, who Firecracker?
Yeah,
But A Train is definitely not on Homelander's side anymore.
Black
And
Noir
then
wants out.
Noir wants out. The Deep is the Deep, and I'm pretty sure Ashley would sell her soul for German chocolate cake at this point. But um, yeah, I mean, there's been progress in it, but there's not been progress to like solving the Homelander issue. No, not really.
No,
They
that's
they
that's
are
the main thing
making
about
they're
this
making
show.
slow steps towards, because they did have the stuff that could kill Homelander, and then they had to kill a bunch of flying sheep in the last episode. So they had to make a choice in that regard.
But I have to say, Brad, what's it called? I like the episode a lot. That's my only big gripe is that, like I said, I feel like the main central thing about this whole plot is solving the Homelander issue, and we have not made a lot of progress to solve that issue in this season. Whereas in the other seasons, I feel like we've made it, and of course, it just gets squashed because something else strengthens Homelander. But we kind of get to a point where we think that we're gonna get to Homelander. In this one, it's kind of like, okay, that's the what's it called, the virus that we can use will infect everybody, which basically like they're talking about COVID. They're talking about COVID. Like this is a massive virus that could hurt people, and so Butch is kind of like, well, fuck. Now it's kind of come down to the decision: do we use this virus or not? But Brad, what are your initial thoughts on season 4, episode 6?
I like this episode. I thought it was good. I think I preferred last week's episode more, just because I don't think you beat Huey's dad in that episode. That
Oh
whole
yeah,
that whole scene. I don't think you beat that. But this one's funny. Although for Huey's dressed up as Web Weaver, and for Tech Knight being as Tech Knight's supposed to be very observant of like everything, and he doesn't observe the hole that's supposed to be there in the suit, like right in the back there. He doesn't observe that for the whole fucking thing. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Tech Knight was too horny to observe it or whatever, but that to me, that's like okay. I mean, it's not a big issue, but it's one of those where like Tech Knight probably would have fucking figured that out. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, the farting on the cake, and then Ashley, being dominatrix, funny stuff. The fact they used the Tech Knight's money and sending it to all these charities he didn't want to hurt him is
Yep.
extremely hilarious to me. Um, but I think we learned a little something that they basically want to get Tech Knights who and we have another reason to hate Tech Knight. He comes from a billionaire family who owns private prisons. So that's a whole nother reason to hate Tech Knight. But I
um.
mean, the thing that you just get to see how like horrible these people are because they're going towards steps of just imprisoning everyone.
Yeah. Pretty much. Um. So I really so when we start off, we so like that. Sorry, I want to bring up so Homelander realizes that basically everybody around him, except for the one person at the end, is useless because like he doesn't under so like what's it called? The A train is obviously the leak. He's what's it called?
A Train's
Bench.
missing.
He's
He's
missing.
been missing.
Noir's out. The Deep does not give a single shit about what's going on here. The Deep
The
only
deep
cares
is
about
the
the
deep.
Deep.
The
The
deep is
care
the
the
deep.
Deep cares about the Deep. If Sister Sage gets hit in her brain for a
She's
couple of
useless.
hours, she's pretty much gone. So what's it called? She's fucked there. And
Although hilarious, just her eating the cake, and then when she's looking at the vice president, she's just nodding, and they're just nodding consistently back, and the
yeah,
sage has no idea what she's nodding for.
yeah. And if you think that you can trust Claudia, you are what's it called? You're fucking wrong. Because Newman, what's it called? Newman is in for her own self interest.
Oh yeah,
And
that
so
that, that 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 to me is why she broke Edgar out, why she broke
yeah,
her father out.
yeah. He even brings it up. He's like, "Hey, did you hear that he's out?" And like, she's like,
Yeah,
"Goes all right." Well, I
yeah.
think he
So
knows
she
that what's
has
going
her
on.
own game
Yeah, her own
she's playing.
game. Yeah. So Homelander's like in this space where it's like, well, shit, man. Um, don't know what the hell's going on anymore. Like I like he's bound. So that's where Firecracker fit perfectly because once again, he has somebody like Stormfront with him. But the thing is that Stormfront was trying to convince him to work for her. And he's like, she really liked what Homelander represented, but Homelander does not give a shit about the whole like white pride and like neo Nazism. Like Homelander gives a fuck about him
Yeah, he gives
and
a fuck
like
about Homelander.
soup and
Yeah,
about soups being the what's it called the perfect race and stuff. So I love that whole part in the show where what's it called in the episode where they tell Homeland like cut the what's it called cut the stupid buzzword bullshit like you can put that on basically what's called VNN you can put that on VNN what's it called we don't care about that what's it called tell us how this is gonna help us.
yeah.
I was like that's fucking Homelander looked like oh thank God they said that because I don't want to be saying any more of this bullshit like Homelander doesn't even believe any of that. Homelander only cares about Homelander.
Yeah. I mean, and that's there are some things in real life politics where they're definitely stating the obvious.
Yeah.
Um, Also, no Frenchie this episode.
Nope.
Frenchie is in jail
Frenchie's in jail, and
and is
Kimiko is
denied
very,
visitors.
yeah, and Kimiko's very worried. And God, I just my
That
fear
that
of what is my fear that I stated in the first couple episodes reviews that we did. Um, I hope it doesn't happen because like I would hate for them to just throw that out.
but
Um,
that line she said, like I have nowhere else to go. That was such a hard hitting line.
it was,
It
it
was.
was because I mean from the beginning, just Kimiko was, you know, Frenchie's anchor, and Frenchie was Kimiko's anchor, and it sucks that we've kind of gotten to this point. But like, I think it's good development for Frenchie because he realizes, like,
Well,
what I was ordered to do is wrong.
yeah, he's feeling guilt,
Yeah,
and I mean, he's done a lot of wrong, and then to go and sleep with someone whose whole family murdered. I think that was the tipping point there.
yeah. That's why I'm glad that I just hope that the relationship part is something that's not thrown out the window because I feel like that's the one thing that Frenchie should keep with himself
I
because
mean,
it's very important.
I don't think it will because I don't think Kimiko is going to let it go that easily. Like
Yeah,
she's going every day to try and see him. So
yeah. But I like what we're doing with Frenchie, and I really like what we're doing with MM. You see now he's like, MM had like a panic attack, and they're like, hey, if you keep this up, you're gonna have a real heart attack.
yeah,
And I think Brad, I think it's gonna happen, Brad. I think we're gonna get some deaths, and I think we're going to get a disbanding of the boys.
I mean, if Butcher doesn't die this season, if something else weird happens, my bet's A Train is dying.
A Train is, bro. I knew A Train was dying the moment he smiles back at that kid, bro.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
okay, A Train's been redeemed. It's done.
yeah. A Train is like kind of like Queen Maeve, which I don't know if we know if Queen Maeve is dead yet or not.
No, she's just what's it called? Off. Remember they said that she was like gonna be untrackable and that she was just gonna be with her girlfriend.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's gone.
she's
She's
gone. So,
yeah.
but A Train is probably having a death at the end of the season.
Atria 100% is dying, Brad, and
Yeah,
there's no other fucking way. Um, it's Star Wars, Brad. Every bad guy who ends up being redeemed dies.
yeah. I mean,
So
yeah.
yeah, I can see A Train's gonna die. Butcher though, I
I
th-
think Butcher makes it to the final season. Honestly,
really.
I think he does. I think the thing we think that's killing him, it might just be his power, whatever. I don't know.
I don't know, man, because like it really looks like Butcher's really fucking going through it, Brad.
Yeah, Butcher's definitely. Well, yeah. I mean, he's the moment Joe Kessler turned and started talking to his other imaginary friend. That was a that was a mind blowing right there. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, and they pan out and Samir is over there watching Butcher just talking to himself and two others. And you got to be like, Samir's got to think like, this guy's going to kill me. Like, this man's crazy.
Yep.
He cut my leg off. I mean, there's only the
This
rest
whole
of me.
time, like, what's it called? You guys know that the fucking Jeffrey D. Morgan is not real and fucking.
No, you can't see anything. Butcher's just having these whole conversations, and Samir's just in the room like,
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
what is going on?
Oh my god! But yeah, dude. I love. Look, man. I know he went through some really rough stuff in there, but that shit was so funny with Huey. Some people are saying that like that that they're trying that the boys is trying really too hard at this point to be edgy, and I don't know. I think that now it just feels like normal. The boys.
I mean, honestly, it's toned down from last season.
Yeah.
There was like a giant dick last season.
Yeah.
Or actually, it's toned down from Gen V too.
Oh yeah.
We had a woman shrink herself and go inside a penis.
Yeah. And, yep.
I
It was a
mean,
dude, Brad. It was a
I
dude.
mean, was it a dude? Oh, I
Yeah, it
thought
was
it,
two dudes.
oh, okay, yeah, it was okay. That was the beginning. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
because you have another character who can shrink
And
herself.
he went up his asshole.
No,
Remember?
but there was a woman in Gen V. No, you're thinking the boys.
Oh, wait. Gen V.
Gen
Yes,
V. Yes,
Yes.
she shrunk herself down.
Went into his penis. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we've had multiple times where people have shrunk themselves down to go
Yeah.
inside buttholes and penises. So
Yeah.
that to me, that is the boys right there. And
Yeah.
to me, this season's been a little toned down, which returning to kind of normal boys, I'd say. Because I thought last time it was kind of amped up.
Yeah. No, at this point it just feels normal.
Yeah,
I don't think that they're at this point where they're like, oh, we need to push the envelope harder and like how can we upstage ourselves? At this point, it's like, hey, we kind of know what you guys come here for, and we're gonna give you that. I don't think they're trying too hard this season. I also don't think that this season is as terrible as people thought it was gonna be. I think this season's been just pretty damn good. Not my favorite so far, but it's been a damn good
it's been all
season.
right. Yeah,
Yeah, on par with the rest, or just not as great as like the last season. I think the last season was really the best work that they've done on this show, but I think they didn't do it pretty good. But yeah, Ashley. Well, they said what's it called? The guy said at the last episode that he needs a dom that's actually a dom. Well, Ashley showed up to Tech Cave's cave, and
I mean,
well,
you can't feel bad for Huey because
yeah. Oh
like
my God,
Huey
she ate
Huey at
asparagus
the
bread.
yeah Huey at the end of this episode is going through stuff.
Stuff's
Like
going in, stuff's going out.
he had
Yeah.
to sit and fart on a cake, which is apparently a thing.
Brett, I think that's the least worrying part of that whole
That's a
thing.
waste of a cake.
Yes, but Brett, he got things shoved up his ass, Brett. I think that's the least what's it called worrisome part that
They
who we
never
had to worry
showed
about.
that though. They showed her tickling his feet.
That's the worst. That's so bad. I mean, what's it called? It's not the worst. I'd rather get my feet tickled than shit going up my ass.
Yeah,
But what's it called?
I just like how we're thrown in there and we think Huey's going to be saved like right away because that's the way like all these hero shows start.
Nope.
It's like, oh, they come in and they save the guy right away. And
No.
no, this guy's been like, who knows how long he's been down in Tech Cave's, freaking, what the hell did he call it? His crime lab, his tech cave.
It's Tech Cave, yeah.
Yeah, his tech, another hole in the ground, I guess. Um, but yeah, and they take their sweet time getting in there and saving Huey.
Yep. Yep. So poor Yui goes through a lot. Ashley ate asparagus, so he needs to watch out for getting pissed on, which uh but
The Tech Knight just groping him. Although when Tech Knight figured out it was Huey, he said, "I'm going to put another hole in you and fuck it." I'm like,
oh,
oh god.
oh
And
god.
then you see where he drew circles on him, and you're like, oh no,
No, no, no.
no, 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 no.
But I really have to give it up for Quaid, that line delivery for I just miss my dad.
Yeah,
Like fucking I was like that's
yeah. To
I,
come out of the, we just saw like 40 minutes of BDSM, and then him to hit us with a tearjerker like that. I mean, that's something. I give
yeah,
him credit. That's something.
yeah. So show's still great, man. I really still enjoyed this. I just what's it called I just feel like we're not making a lot of progress here. That what's it called? Don't know where the hell we're going. And yeah, I do you think that they're gonna use the virus, Brett? Do you think that Butcher's gonna do the virus
I feel like Samir's gonna bleed out from his damn leg before he even
before
gets to
Butcher
make
makes a
it.
decision?
Yeah. Like, I mean, he tourniqueted it, but like
Or
the
do you
man
think that
needs.
Butcher tries to use the virus on himself and he ends up becoming patient zero?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. It's up in the air. Do I think Butcher would use it? Sure. Um, the only issue I think is he'd kill Ryan, and that's his biggest issue right there.
That's the one thing too, is like no Ryan this episode.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like there
Well,
was Ryan.
he was in the start.
Yes, but like as in like nothing going on with Ryan this episode.
No,
Just like
he
yeah.
just brought into the really rich racist party.
To the pretty much the super PAC party, yeah. Which yeah, I was like, yeah, this is how I imagine these things probably go. It's just like, hey, like how do we protect our interests and like how do you make sure that we don't it's like, oh, okay, well, don't worry. I'm going to fill your pockets and we're going to make sure that you corporations are the ones that are going to run the country, not us, the politicians,
Yeah, then
the
we can
people.
stick everyone in these private prisons.
Yeah. 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 What's it called? And it was funny with Tech Knights. Like, what's it called? He goes, basically, Tech Knight makes money off putting them into private prisons. So that way you can put, what's it called? So that way the other people can, what's it called, make money off of that too. And it's like, yeah, Tech Knight was kind of screwed there, man. He's like,
And do you think like his job and his powers go with being like this uber detective. So he's basically finding criminals, and even if they probably aren't criminals, he's still putting them in his prison.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because like I said, Brett, like they say, like they make money off keeping them in prison, so that way they can what's it called? When they
Well,
get out, there's not much actual rehabilitation, so they can commit
yeah,
the crime again,
I
go
mean,
back to
and
prison.
he
Yeah,
even brought it out like there's not much rehabilitation, so they're just gonna do things again.
yeah, yeah. So it's like, what's gonna happen? You commit a crime again, and you just keep on making money off of them. It's an endless cycle,
Yeah.
you know, vicious
Milk.
endless cycle. But Brad, do you have anything else you want to bring up? Any favorite moment from the episode?
Aiden said milk.
Milky, Milky,
Milk.
yeah. Oh yes, sorry, yes, sorry.
Firecracker.
So yeah, firecracker at the end. I loved. I by the way, I love this. What's it called? Because Homelander don't give, like I said, Homelander doesn't give a shit. But Homelander's got one thing that what's it called? He can't resist. And once again, it's something that he cares about. So unless what's it called? You know, he ain't gonna get it. What's it called? You know. But apparently, she's the firecracker's been taking some
A drug
drugs,
cocktail.
some good old drugs there that can help her get mother
Just the delivery on that was hilarious.
goes, yeah,
It's like, I
there's
mean,
drugs.
did you really need to spray him in the face? I guess. I mean, that's one way to
But his
deliver it.
face, bro, his face, it was like a child getting his favorite Christmas present on Christmas Eve, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I have never seen Homelander as happy as the first season when he gets to drink fucking milk from what's it called? That lady, I can't remember her name. He was so fucking happy. Oh my god, man. And then he's got him like cuddled up, just sucking on the milk on straight from the source, Brad.
Yep.
Straight from the source. Milky milky, baby. Yep. Um that was fucking hilarious, Brad. It was fucking hilarious. And also just reminds you, Brad, Superman is what's it called? Is what's it called? Kryptonite is actual kryptonite, right? Homelanders is good old mama's milk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Brad?
Funny, hilarious. Homelander does have a weakness, so
Yeah.
that might do him in.
But that's Brad. That is what's going to help Firecracker get one over Sister Sage.
Well, that's going to keep Firecracker freaking alive, basically.
Mm-hmm. Because he already was like, I don't know why the fuck you're here, dude. You're here to
Yeah,
like,
yeah. At the party, he's like, this is kind of a private conversation.
yeah, like get out of here. You're not useful. Like, basically you're here to keep the eyes on Vought. I don't really need you to be doing much around here.
Yeah.
And what happens after that? What's it called? You realize it's like, oh no, I got to keep her around. Like she's got breast milk. I want to
Yeah,
drink that breast milk.
and like right before that, he was basically, I think he was about to kill her because she had let Starlight go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
It's like you fucking let Starlight go. But I mean, Starlight knocked her the fuck out, Brad.
yeah. There was no. I mean, but she didn't state that.
Yeah,
She didn't say Starlight knocked her out. She said they went outside and Starlight got away.
yeah. So which by the way, Brad, did you think in that moment that Firecracker was gonna what's it called? Was gonna accept her apology?
No,
No, I don't think so
not at
either.
all. No,
No, that girl, what's it called? Out for
no.
revenge at this point.
That girl holding a grudge. She been doing too much to accept that apology.
Yeah. But great episode, great moments. All the stuff with Huey, the stuff with Homelander, so fucking funny. But yeah, I really like this episode, Brad. What's your final verdict?
I'm keeping on track with a 9 out of 10.
I'm going a little bit higher, Brad. It's been my favorite episode so far. I don't think it's perfect, but it's close to there. I'm gonna go with a 9.25, Brad. This is my highest rating so far. I really enjoyed this episode, and I think it might be my favorite. Now, is it the most compelling one? No, I think that was the last episode. Last
Yeah.
episode, I think, was probably some of the best work writing wise. But this one was my favorite one because like I enjoyed this one the most, and I think that this one was the one that really felt like the boys, right?
I can see it.
But yeah, that concludes our episode, a review of The Boys Season 4, Episode 6. And we'll be back with some more boys next week as we continue on with this. We got 2 more episodes left to do. So really excited to continue on. And of course, you can keep up to date with us on nerdcore.com, Twitter at the Nerdcore, and Score, Instagram at the Nerdcore, Letterboxd at the Nerdcore, TikTok at the Nerdcore, Patreon.com/Nerdcore at the $1 tier. You get our main show live on Mondays and Thursdays. It's going to be ad free and it's going to be early before it drops on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 12 p.m. Central Time. And of course, that's at the $1 tier. Discord link is in the description below, so you can have a conversation with us. Make sure you leave a comment on this video, so you can discuss with us about the boys. Anything you want to talk about, let us know. And of course, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss a single video that drops on the channel. On the podcast side of things, make sure you leave a 5-star review and you follow us on your favorite podcast app of choice. Of course, thank you to our patrons that make it all possible. Without them, none of this happens, and we want to just thank you all so much. So all of them, Dibs, Nathan, Nate Solodolo, Luis, let's call James, Stacy, Jacob, Mel, and Shane. Thank you guys so much for being the wonderful people that you are. We'll be back tomorrow, 224 days, first defense, real graphs. Damn straight. Damn straight. Because when you love something, you never work in your day in your life, my friends. And guess what? I've never had to work a day in my life when I defended my tag team title. Because I haven't had to fucking defend them once. So we'll hopefully, crossing my fingers, I'll be here for Money in the Bank if Mother Nature doesn't have any other plans. So we'll be back for that. But Brad, let's go ahead and get them out of here.
All right, our own thing being host as always. Thank you to Ayden for joining us in chat today. Thank you to listeners out there, our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And I think it's only appropriate to end this episode with telling all of you that Zendaya is our safe word. Young Yoda out.